Hey Book Dragons, I'm glad you're here. BookTube has a complicated relationship with the Rainwild Chronicles by Robin Hobb. This is the fourth series in the realm of the Elderlings, and to be honest, I don't quite understand the negativity. I recently read book one, which is called Dragon Keeper, and I quite enjoyed my time with it. It is a little bit different than some of the other books in the realm of the Elderlings. I'll agree with that. But it is familiar enough that it fits well within the rest of the story. So the realm of the Elderlings, if you're not aware, is broken up into two separate arcs. You've got the Fitz and the Fool arc, which is the Farseer trilogy, the Tawny Man trilogy, and the Fitz and the Fool trilogy. And then you've got the other arc, which is comprised of the Live Ship Traders, which focuses mostly on Beantown, and the Rainwild Chronicles, which focuses on the Rainwild territories. And so I'm here to talk today about the first book in the Rainwild Chronicles. And I'll say right off the bat, I quite enjoyed it. I think it was a very good story. It feels different in tone in some ways for a lot of people, because it focuses on young kids. And a lot of people have said, I'm not really into YA. I don't feel like this is YA at all. Does it have young people in it? Yes. But it is not YA by any means. It just happens to have young people in it. And so the crux of this story is you got fledgling dragons who have been cocooned on this beach. And when they went into the cocoons, they were a little bit too far along in their life cycle. And so a lot of the dragons have not formed properly to varying degrees. And so the Rainwilds has decided that they need people to look after the dragons because they can't quite fend for themselves. Some of them can't fly, things like that. So they've got a bunch of misfit kids in the village, and they decide to have the kids watch over the dragons and hunt for them and help feed them and take them on a journey to hopefully find a land that is more suited to hunting and growing for creatures that are in their particular state. And just like with any first book in the series, it's doing a lot of world building. So you're getting to know the area of the Rainwilds more deeply, and you're getting to know how they connect with the town of Beantown, and you get immersed in some of the politics in the area, and you're getting to learn more about elderlings. So there's a lot of world building going on, and sometimes I feel like people don't like world building anymore, because I've heard people say not only that it's a young adult series, which it isn't, but also that it kind of drags and it feels kind of boring and it feels displaced from the rest of the series. And I just don't get that at all. One of the things that may turn people off is that the dragons are kind of weak and sickly at times, and it's not really what you expect a dragon to be. But if you know the context, you understand how this fits into the larger world. And I think that's really important too, is I would not read the Rainwild Chronicles without having read the other trilogies in the realm of the Elderlings. At the very least, the Live Ship Traders. You have to read Live Ship Traders before you can even read the Rainwild Chronicles, in my opinion. And I think most people would agree with me. So if you read the Live Ship Traders, at the very least, you know exactly what's happening when it comes time to start the story of the Rainwild Chronicles. And I think Dragon Keeper is an excellent first book in this series. It's a 4-book series, so I've got 3 other books left. But what I really, really enjoyed about this was learning about some of the characters, finding new characters that are just really endearing, finding other characters that you really love to hate. So you've got some good antagonists in the story, and you've got some good morally gray characters. And for me, I'm a big character guy. So I really love meeting all of these new characters and meeting the new dragons. Even though they're weak and a little bit malformed, that's not their fault. They didn't do anything to deserve that. It's just the way life happened and the circumstances that life threw at them. And I really am enjoying getting to know these other dragons and seeing the relationships between them and their keepers. I think it's really awesome. And a theme that I find flowing throughout this story is that everybody deserves a chance to survive and deserves to be able to live. No matter what other people think their lives might be like or should be like in their opinions, everybody deserves a right to live and to exist. And I think that's a strong through line throughout this book. And so there's a lot to love about this book. And I think it gets a little bit of a bad rap. Of course, I haven't finished the other books in the series, so I don't know if it's going to get better. I don't know what to expect, but I'm going into it with a positive outlook because I know Robin Hobb, and Robin Hobb never fails to tell a good story. So I'm really excited about going forward into the next 3 books. And I've been reading this series with my friend Danielle over at Bookcara, and she really enjoyed the first book too. So we've had some really great discussions. And because we've read The Live Ship Traders together, and we've read the Tawny Men trilogy together, and we read the Farseer trilogy together as well, because we've read those series, there are characters from those series that are now popping up in the Rainwild Chronicles, and we're getting to find out more about them and where they've been and how they're growing and prospering, or maybe not prospering so much. And so it's been a really good mix of the familiar and the new. And I think this series has a lot going for it, just judging by the first book. But I'm really excited to see where it goes. And one thing that I really enjoyed is seeing the differences between different characters. Some of them can bond with dragons more easily and hear them talk and communicate with the dragons, and some people can't at all, or they can do so only in little varying degrees. And there are a lot of new mysteries popping up about dragon lore and about the elderlings that we're hoping will be solved as we move throughout the story. So it's just really cool to get little nuggets of things that we want to find out about in the future, and that keeps us engaged, that keeps us motivated to keep up and read the rest of the story, right? So she's really good at dropping breadcrumbs and having you follow the trail of breadcrumbs. So I'm really enjoying that aspect of it. There's also some romantic subplots in the book, which I think are being executed really well so far, and I'm curious to see where those go. So there's just a lot to love, as I said before. And I think if you have been hesitant to start the Rainwild Chronicles, maybe you've heard a lot of booktubers say, oh, it's just not that great. I'm kind of disappointed knowing Robin Hobb to be such a great author, and now I'm reading these. Don't listen to those. Make your own opinion. Pick up the book series for yourself. If it's not for you, then it's not for you. And I totally understand that and respect that. But at least give the first book or the first 2 books a try. I'm excited to read books 2, 3, and 4 and see where the story goes. Just based on this book, I think it's a rather underrated series. And we'll see where my thoughts are as I progress throughout the series. But I found a lot that I like in this first book, and I can't wait to see where it goes. So let me know in the comments, guys, what you think of my review of Dragon Keeper by Robin Hobb. Let me know if you've read the series, or if you've only started it, or maybe you haven't read it yet. Let me know your thoughts and what your plans are with this series. Or maybe you're new to Realm of the Elderlings, and we can get excited about that together, because it's a wonderful journey that I've really enjoyed being on. So talk with me in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. And until next time, guys, make sure you read more books. I'll talk with you soon.